Okay, some of you might find this interesting. This truck is a Richard Petty number 43, whatever that means, I don't know. It's got nice wheels and tires on it. It's like a Dodge pickup truck. I don't know. Customer's complaining about a whining noise in the back end of it. So we're going to check it out. There's where he signed the inside. So there you go. A Dodge pickup truck that Richard Petty signed. Whoever Richard Petty might be. I'm sure somebody will leave in the comments below, whoever that is. Alright guys, before we tear into this Dodge pickup truck, I've got it up here on the lift. You can see that. And we're getting ready to tear into the rear end of it to see what's going on with it, what's causing that noise. But before we do, I want to show you guys a few things. Let me show you around here the different projects I have before we get started. Alright, so here we have a John Deere lawnmower I picked up. It's hydrostatic. Hydrostatics are the best for mud mowing, by the way. They've got the most power and pull better than any gear-driven lawnmower if you're going to build a mud mower. It needs a coil. I've already took the top of it off and everything. You can see it sat here so long. There's rust and stuff on it from where it's been sitting outside. It needs a coil to get running. Let me show you the next thing we got going on over here. Okay, some of you will remember this load hog wagon we were going to make for an off-road wagon for our mud mowers. And if you can see it, it's never been painted. It's just sitting here rusting under this tree. And of course, the project I look most forward to doing is the Ranger. And here it sits, and if you'll notice, let me show you here, we'll zoom in on the flat tire it's got, and if you'll notice the wheel well's not patched, there's a bunch of junk in it. I did purchase this piece, patch panel, but as you can see, nothing's been done with this one either. It's just sitting here rotting in the ground. On to the next one. So here's a ton truck. I did a bunch of work to it to get it running up and going, but it still needs a lot of work. And guys, I had to spend my own money out of my own pocket to fix this one up, to get it running so I could just drive it down the road. It's junk sitting here. Let me show you. Look at, there's the seat. See, it needs a new seat. You see that? It needs a new seat right there. The dash is cracked and it's just a, look, it could use a headliner. I don't know if you, yeah, see? It could use a headliner. I got to put an intake gasket on it still. And last, the mud mower side by side. Isn't that pathetic? Just sitting there in the corner of the garage. Crap corner. There's a dirt bike and mini bike back there that don't run. Just everything just laying around here. That's a shame. Okay guys, so why did I show you all of these projects around the place here? And the reason why is because you people need to fund all these projects for me. I need people with money to give it to me so that I can complete these projects. Now, if you like one of these projects, and I'm sure you like them all, send me money to repair these different things. Lots of money through my PayPal account. That's what it's going to take, guys, to get these projects done. This is what YouTube's for. You really shouldn't be watching this channel unless you're going to give me money. I need as much as you can possibly spare. Like I've said in the past, I've asked only for $1 or $2. It's like, you know, you guys are so cheap, you won't even send $1. But I need serious investors into my channel. And you guys really need to start. If you don't have much money, just send what you have, okay? Just send what you have to me. You know, it's going to take a few people, guys, to get all these projects done. I'm doing all the work here myself. I'm doing all the filming myself, and you guys are really being cheap and stingy with your money, and honestly, I'm sick of it. So start sending money, guys, through my PayPal account. I mean it. I'm getting sick of this, and I don't mean to be demanding, guys. I'm trying to be nice. Let's just work together. Make sure you're sharing this video and thumbs up, guys. You know, share this video. Give me a thumbs up every time you watch it, and that helps too, you know, get the word out to people that do have money, because the people that are watching the channel right now are a bunch of broke people that don't have any money and stingy, don't want to share. So let's get started on this Dodge, guys. I'll show you where we're at. So again, I've started without you guys, without filming it. I just don't see a big reason to film taking it apart and putting it back together. I mean, you know, putting it back together on this job is more important. There's a lot more to putting it back together than taking it apart. Anyways, what was wrong with it is right down here. This is a pinion. There's a pinion bearing on it right there. And this other one fits on top of here. And this bearing looks okay, but it's not. And here's the issue right there. Let's see if I can get you to see it. Oh, right there where my thumb is. You see that spot right there? That's what's causing our noise. I'm going to clean this all up, guys. All these parts I'm going to get cleaned up so that we can put it back together. And I'm going to show you how to put it back together, the crush sleeve and all that. But I'm not going to bore you with you watching me clean all this out. This bearing right here, if we were to take that off, it has shims underneath there. You'd need to keep those shims and replace that bearing. But we're not going to replace that bearing this time, only the other side pinion bearing. That's all the customer wants to do. So there's a crush sleeve that has to go on it right here, and it has to be replaced every time, and it has to be done right. So it sets right there, guys. This has all been cleaned. You need to put gear oil on it. All the bearings need to have oil on them before you install them. Like I said, guys, this is not a mud mower. This is serious business here and has to be done right. So the first thing, guys, I already knocked the old race out. Now we got to put a new race in there. Bearing race. It's all clean. Everything's clean. My tools are clean. Let's tap it in. Crush sleeves on the gear. Pinion gear. We're going to slide it in through here. Here's the bearing that goes in the front, and I've already put grease on it. Next thing is to put a little gear oil on that seal. Next part is this yoke right here. Well, we'll put a little of this red Loctite on the threads here and a little on the nut. Now this is the most important part of a pinion. Right now, as you can see, it's got movement in it. That's because the crush sleeve is not crushed yet. So it's got a lot of movement. It's moving all over. You've got to crush that sleeve, but not too much. If you crush it too much, you've ruined it. They make a special tool for this, but I don't have it. And I'm not going to spend money to buy it. A pipe wrench works just fine. Oh, and it's like we just broke the, broke our junky piece there. Let's get another one. And that's all it takes is a little turn like that to finish it. And that's it, guys. Okay, and again, the bearings have been cleaned. They've got gear oil on them. Like I said, guys, this is not a mud mower. This is a vehicle. This is important. I want to show you, there's supposed to be shims right here and here. On some, there's shims. On this particular model, there is a threaded a cap. So now we have to unthread this cap, and that'll help hold the chunk in there. Whatever the specs are on these carrier caps, you need to torque it with a torque wrench. The exact specs, guys. We have all these bearings in. We tightened up our side shims, or whatever you want to call those. Now you can check to make sure your preload's correct by putting an inch torque wrench back on the pinion nut back here and turning it and see if it's in specifications. Here's a dial caliper all set up. It's right here's a pair of vice grips which holds it rod there that holds the dial caliper right there, which I had to purchase this on my own. Nobody from YouTube bought this dial caliper for me. This right here, I bought myself with my own money. Okay, all right, anyways. So to check the backlash on the gears, it's hard to see, guys, but that's zeroed out right now. It needs to be 5 to 8 thousandths with new gears. These are got 130,000 miles. All you got to do is move these gears back and forth. If you can see that, guys, it's about 7 thousandths. So these gears are in good shape. You want to rotate this and check the gears in different spots. Okay, let me do it for you guys. See, you just take the dial caliper off, rotate the ring gear, check it in a different spot. You always got to check it on the very tip. You want to check it on the very tip of the gear. And you can see there, I don't have to zero it out. I can, you can see it's about 7, 8 thousandths. See it? I can zero it out for you people that don't know how to do math, I guess. I don't know, but it's 7 or 8 thousandths. See it? Okay, we're getting ready to put the axles in, but I wanted to show you guys something. Put a little light in there. I gotta light it up. If you can see in there, guys, and behind there, behind this spider gear, there's locking. Those are plates, friction discs. This is a posi traction rear end. And if you guys, it's really hard to see, but see those behind that spider gear, that's what makes it a posi traction. That's friction discs. It's got them on both sides. Let's see if I can get this side. There's a reason I'm telling you this, guys. And I'll show you when we go to fill it up with oil. Let's get the axles in, guys. So these axles are held in by C-clips. These little C-clips. They fit on the end of the axle like that. And then you'll pull the axle back and the pin will hold up against that. So, let me get these in. So you can see right there is the clip. This pin right here will fit through there, and that's what holds the axles in, guys. This right here is why I told you it was important to notice that this rear end had a locker in it. It has friction discs in it. This right here is called limited slip juice. It'll make it so when it goes around the corners and stuff like that, it doesn't grind and bind and make a bunch of noise. Alright guys, went for a test drive, brought it back, checked it for leaks. It's smooth, it's running quiet, everything's great, guys. So it's all fixed. What you need to remember, guys, on engines, differentials, stuff like that, always follow your specs. You want to check your specs. But use your common sense, guys. Turn it, always be rotating things. Feel if there's friction or binding. Make sure it always rolls nice and smooth. Make sure it's not too loose and sloppy, you know. Check these things, guys, and you'll be successful when you build engines, differentials, transmissions, anything like that, guys. There's not a lot to it. Just a little common sense will go a far ways, which I know most of you don't have, but do the best you can. We'll see you next time, guys. Oh, and don't forget, I almost forgot the most important thing about this video. Send me money. That's why I'm here. All right, we'll see you next time, guys.